Brooksaw Antiques here. Today we have this 1969 Hermes 3000 vintage portable typewriter. The best of the best. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight. I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller that feeds the paper. And this is the paper support arm that flips up from the back. And this is the paper bail that sits on top, and you don't even have to lift it up most of the time on this. It's just that smooth. So we're going to set the margins. This has like a magic margin function. So if you want the margin in the middle, wherever the cursor is, you just flip this up. It'll send the margin to that spot that you're at, and it'll also show an indicator on the paper bail in the red where exactly that margin is. Now if you want it closer to the edge, you hold this carriage release or this margin really, I don't know what it's exactly called. I just call it the left margin. You hold it at the same time and move it where you want it. I want it right about there. Let it go, and then that's where the margin is. Same concept with the right side. Say you want it right here in the middle, and then you just flip this switch right here in the middle to that spot, and it'll send the margin to that spot. And it'll show the indicator on the paper bail. I do want it closer to the middle, so I'm gonna hold the carriage release, which is this white button, and the margin at the same time, and I'm going to move it pretty close to that edge there. Once you hear the bell, you're at the end of the margin. You hit this line space, get you back to the beginning. It skips 1 or 2 spaces. Right now we have it on single, but if you want double, you just flip that switch forward, it skips 2. Actually, that's 1.5. So this has 1, 1.5, and 2. So that's the 2. We're going to keep that on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line. To switch from black to red, there's a switch on the right side here. You flip it all the way up to that red square. It prints the bottom portion of the ribbon. When you have it on the yellow square, it prints a mixture of the bottom and the top of the ribbon. It's very dead center. When you have it on the blue, it prints the top portion of the ribbon, which is black, and you have it on the silver or the white. It won't print any ink at all. It just leaves a stencil for copying purposes. So we're going to move that all the way up for red. It prints the bottom portion of the ribbon. Absolutely amazing, excellent condition, and just the engineering that was put into these was just so amazing. It's just smooth. It's not it's not about the looks, or even though the looks are really good with these, it's just about how smooth and well designed this is. I'd work on typewriters every day, so when I'm typing on all these different typewriters and then you get this, it just blows you away. It's just so smooth. It makes you feel kind of euphoric when you're typing on this thing. So if you're looking for something, if you're looking for a typewriter, you don't know what to choose, and you got some extra money, and these are a lot more expensive than anything else though. But when it comes to buying something brand new, it's kind of up there with the price of buying something brand new that's a piece of crap made in China. This is what you want. Instead of just going through the trial and error of other typewriters, you just get the best of the best. And this is the Hermes 3000. Serviced, ready to go. It's not going to have any problems. You can type on this thing for years and years and years. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch on the right side here. You flip it forward and it unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easy or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page, or else it won't load correctly. I'm gonna flip this down. And if you're looking for something a little bit cheaper and it's still top of the line typewriter, I would advise you to search for the Olivetti 32 and the 22. The Latera 22 and the 32 are right below these, and they're a little bit cheaper. They're a lot cheaper actually, but this is just the best of the best. This is your touch control. The higher up you go, the more tension there is when you hit the keys. And since these are so smooth, you can go really high on that and still be comfortable typing. You don't have to hit them as hard. They do respond much faster. I like to keep it on low still. Backspace on the left side, smooth as butter. Shift on each side and a shift lock on the left. Clear that, hit the shift button again. Your tabs are up top here. So right now we have a few sets. So I'm just gonna, I got one set on every 10 intervals of 10, but now we're gonna clear all of them by hitting all clear. And now we're gonna set one somewhere right here at 50, right in the middle, by hitting tab set. So now when you hit the tab button, it goes to that spot. And to clear it, you go to the spot and then you hit tab clear. And now it should just go all the way to the end. Got a I already did the shift, and I think that's it with the keyboard. You got a margin release when you get to the end of the margin. There is a mechanism that blocks you from typing until you hit that margin release, and it will allow you to go all the way to the end. It's right up here with the tabs. I'm gonna take the hood off now. We're gonna pop this off from the back like this. It latches in from the front, so you pop it off from the back, and all the brand new ribbons loaded on the left side, so it's pulling to the right, clockwise to the right. And if you want to switch that direction, you just move the ribbon guide here. There's one on each side, and you just flip it in the opposite direction, and it'll start pulling to that left side. And now it's to the right. Flip it like that, and it'll pull to the left. It's got an automatic ribbon reverse, so it's going to pull to the side that has the least amount of ribbon. So it's got a mind of its own. That pops back in from the front first. It's got those two latches in the front. And by the way, so these knobs were broken when I got this, so I have these 3D printed knobs, which are really nice, well designed. I designed these myself and 3D printed them. So if you need some, they're available in my shop. And I also have 3D prints of the foot mounts. So these go bad really easily too on all typewriters pretty much. So if you need those replacements, check out my shop. And I have these in green too. If you the actual Hermes green color, really hard to get that color right. Right here underneath here is the carriage lock. So you push it down, it'll move the carriage to the middle and lock it into place. And to move it, to unlock it, you just move it down again and then pull it towards the right. And carriage release on this side, super duper smooth. So quiet and smooth, unbelievable. And this is a 3D printed knob too. I'll do a close-up on that so you can see that. Really smooth and nice. It takes a while to design these because they gotta be really smooth so they don't cut your fingers, you know, or they feel really comfortable when you turn it. And this actually pulls out, so when you pull this out and you turn the knob, it'll disable the spacing so you can get to an exact spot on the page. And as you can see, that also has the little, it's got a notch in the knob too, just like the original. So pretty cool. And you push that in and it'll, you get those clicks. Each one of those clicks is a half a space. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.